here we are back in Phantasia, going to the trading company, and Elwin says he's gonna get married soon. And there's Nancy over there, so let's go say hi to her. And she says she's gonna do everything she can for her future husband. Oh, they look so happy together. Yeah, I know. Nintendo Capri Sun reference was so happy. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? This is Double RPG here, and welcome to another episode of Double RPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom. In today's episode, we are going to head over to the country of Freland to try and obtain the Summoned Spirit of Fire, which is Ifrit. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this episode that is already in progress, shall we? And here we are back in Alvanista again, so I'll show you where we need to go in order to get to Freland. So let's go ahead and exit out of the town, and we're back on the world map, and we need to go south along this path here. And we need to head into here. And right here is where we get the boat to take us to Alvanista. Well, take us to Alvanista? I mean, we were already in Alvanista. I meant to take us to the country of Freland, where we're gonna find the Summoned Spirit of Fire, Ifrit, there. And notice how I said Ifrit and not Ifrit, because those are two completely different names. But Ifrit, yes, it's the same type of name as the summon monster from the Final Fantasy franchise, but it's in a completely different fashion, you know. Or not in fashion, but in completely different, I guess you could say, design of the character. So, I guess that's what I mean when I describe the two characters by themselves. So, yeah. Okay, we can go ahead and leave this port, and once we get outside to Freland, yes, it's desert country. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Speaking of which, we're already in Olive Village, and we're already getting hot, as it already is. And let's see if they have anything new from the weapon shop. I don't think they have anything that's brand new that we can use right away, so, but look, it doesn't hurt to see. Nope. So, why do they even have this item shop, or this weapon and armor shop to begin with, if they have imports that are from Alvanista and Midgard, which they should have some from Midgard, because the ones in Midgard are a lot stronger than the ones in Alvanista, so why would they even have them here? I don't know why, but don't even ask. Now, before we go to the cave, let's check out the Oasis, the 3 different Oases, or how would you even say Oasis in a plural statement? Is it Oasis? The Oasis, or the Oasises? It's, you know, if it's the Oasises, then that sounds very, 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 very hard to, you know, to even accept. Okay, we got a red verbena now, so let's go ahead and increase Kless's agility to 50, so, yeah, there we go. Now, we can go ahead and leave this Oasis, and then we can head to the next one that's over to the east. Well, northeast of here, but in the eastern part of Freland, I guess you could say. So let's leave here. But I will show you what a couple of the battles are like in the desert, so let's go ahead and enter a battle right now. And we fight a Tethe'alla and a Harpy. They are 2 different kinds of Harpies, so let's go ahead and finish them off. I don't think we're going to be able to get that much, because I do think we did fight against the Harpies when we were in the Long Valley, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah. Anyway, these guys give us 108 experience, which isn't bad, but it isn't enough. I mean, there's a different type of enemy that has a bigger amount of experience that we can obtain when we're in this desert, so we'll save that. I mean, we'll try to find them much, much more than the others, so and we got a medicine bottle there, so let's go ahead and head to the last one that's at the north. We will be coming back to these places much later for a part of the main storyline that we have to get through after we visit the Moria Gallery, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now that we're done here, let's go ahead and head back over to get over to the cave where Ifrit is. But before that, let's get into another battle. And we're fighting against a Basilisk this time. And Basilisk, I guess you could say they're a combination between a lizard and a fish. And and they are most commonly known for leaving petrification abilities, or they like to petrify their enemies when they gaze at them, kind of like the Medusa or something like that, or the Gorgon or whatever. And this enemy is very prone to being to absorb magic. I think it absorbs fire or water, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if we hit it with some thunder spells, it should be fine. But other than that, we managed to defeat it, and that gave us a whopping 538 experience points. I mean, this is probably a good place to where you can do some grinding for a bit, but we won't even need to right now since we're still at a pretty good level. And trust me, when we're inside here in the Molten Cavern, Ifrit's going to be a really big cakewalk when we fight against him, or her, or it, or whatever you say. Because, like I said, summon spirits do not even have genders in this game, or in Tales of Symphonia, because they explain that logic a bit more, you know, with Tales of Symphonia, and it kind of hints at it in this game, but I'll show you when once we get to the Moria Gallery, because there is another summon spirit that we need to obtain, so... Now, some of the enemies in here consists of ogres and Azas. I guess you could say they're like hell sorcerers, or ghost spirits, or spirit sorcerers, or whatever, that are not vulnerable, but invulnerable to fire and such. Now, well, first of all, let's do another battle here. Now, you need to be careful when you're fighting against the ogres, because if they do hit you, you can be prone to be, you could be in a very vulnerable spot to where they will paralyze you if they strike you. So you want to be careful with them. Okay, let's go ahead and head downstairs here. And when we head downstairs, there is an item that we can use. And it references to all the Tales games. And I think I mentioned this in the second or third episode of Tales of Symphonia. But I'll show you what it is once we play this battle a little bit. I mean, after we get through this battle. And this enemy is using the eruption spell on my party members. But, well, we'll just have to worry about taking care of these enemies just the old-fashioned way. So, there's the Thunderblade, and finished off both the ogres. So, let's finish off this one. And looks like this one's going to be a little bit more of a nuisance, because it can't even get hurt by magic, and it's not even getting hurt by any of my physical attacks. So, well, thank you, Clarth, for using that ability, using Undini to help us. So, oh, come on, take hits. Wonder if this can work. Tell me it works. Yes, finally we got it. But, anyway, let's get that item that I was talking about. Open up this treasure chest. You found the Sorcerers Ring. Yes, this is the first time in the game where we get the Sorcerers Ring. And like I said, it is a common element with all the Tales games in the franchise. And this is the first game to originate it. So, the Sorcerer's Ring, like I said, it's a ring that can shoot out fireballs, which can be used to ignite switches and all that stuff. So it's a really good item to use in some parts in the game, but it doesn't have a heavy emphasis, kind of like the others in the series, specifically Tales of Symphonia, where you can, change the different types of the Sorcerer's Ring to have many different functionalities and such. And now, before we go forward to try to get to Ifrit's lair, we need to go down this way first, because there are some items that we do need to get. We get a Savory, we get an unknown weapon, and a battle rune. Now, the battle rune, that will increase our attack gauge by 5%. No, 10%. So we should have some more attack power on Kless here. So I think it's a good idea to keep that item on Kless at all times. That and another item, which I will explain in a short bit. So let's go ahead and finish up the menu here, and then we'll move on this way. And there is no item here, so let's just go ahead and head downstairs. And notice the music from the mausoleum is playing in this dungeon. Catchy tune, like most of the others in this game, so yeah, it's not that bad. Now the magma key, that is a key item that we need in order to get access to Ifrit's lair. So let's go ahead and head this way, and that will bring us back to the basement where we found the Sorcerer's Ring. So we need to head back up this way, and then we will take that little pathway to get up to where Ifrit is. So if we take this door, let's go to the left here first, because we found ourselves a charm bottle. Now if we open this, this will unlock the door that we need to, you know, get on further. Now, let's save our progress really quick before we fight against Ifrit. Okay, let's head in here. Now, we use the magma key, and that will open up that door. Now, in order to get past this way, we need to destroy all these pillars with the Sorcerer's Ring, as they will create walkways for us. So that way we can get access to where Ifrit is. And since we're going to be fighting Ifrit in this battle, I would suggest taking Phoenix, you know, the Phoenix ability off, and I would be using something that is a little bit more water-based, kind of like, or ice-based, kind of like the Ice Skimitar. If we use the Ice Skimitar in this battle, it should help us, but let's see what we can do. Are you Ifrit? What are you doing here? I'm here to request a contract with you, Fire Spirit. Well, you seem to know a lot about our culture, then I assume you know the only way I can grant you a contract is to test your strength in battle. But we do not have the Ice Skimitar on our possession at this moment. I don't know why. But that would have been a really big help for us to destroy Ifrit, but regardless, fighting against Ifrit in this battle, it's not going to be that troublesome because, like I said, this guy is a major cakewalk and probably the easiest fight against a summoned spirit in this, you know, in this game so far. Well, probably the only one that's easy to defeat because this guy, even though he hits us with fireballs, they don't take that much damage, but he is prone to take a lot of damage from our hits and such. And I think he has the smallest amount of hit points when we're fighting against him, so at least that's a big advantage. But it could be the same as gnomes or a little bit higher, but I'm not entirely certain. And there's the nerf spell that Mint used, and I think we got that a short while ago, so yeah, it's good to have that on our side, kind of like the heal spell, but regardless, we finally defeated Ifrit, and everybody leveled up again. Nice. And Ifrit is impressed with our strength, and he will forge a contract with the Garnet Ring that we have. So Clarth is making is signing his contract by chanting out the words, and Ifrit is now a part of our strength. So Clarth can now summon the Fire Genie Ifrit, and we're not going to leave this room just yet because there is something else that we need to get. And if you take a look inside the treasure chest, you guessed it, kind of like in Gnome's Cave, we get a book of spells, and where Archie learns the Firewall spell. But regardless, I think this is probably a good spot to where we can go ahead and we can wrap up things right here. So next time on Double RPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom. The long-awaited journey for Moria Gallery is about to begin, and that is where we're going to be heading the next time we meet. So anyway, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description, and be sure to check out Mr. RetroKid91's YouTube channel where Insatiable Gaming has started between me and him and some other people. And if you like what you saw, be sure you rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below and let me know what you guys thought of the episode. And be sure to check the links below those to support Operation Rainfall to get the games Xenoblade, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower localized in the US, because this is a heavy campaign that we need to get those RPGs over here. But anyway, take care of yourselves, gamers, and I'll see you next time. See you guys then.